All right, update on the Atlas water leak. So this is a 2019 SEL. We bought it in October of 2022, and it has had a water leak issue ever since. They've attempted 3 times now to repair it, and with months and months of waiting for loaners to be available, for parts to be available, each time in between. So first time that we had brought it to get this fixed, they discovered that the rear sunroof drains were capped. They removed the caps, apparently allegedly cleaned the front drains, and water tested it, and there was no water leak. Come home, water leak. So then we sent it back, and then they determined that it was going to need a full sunroof frame, drains, a new carpet and padding, because at that point it was really smelling bad, and I believe a dash pad as well. We got it back, come back, it's still leaking. Now, we waited probably a couple of more months now after it still was leaking, because we needed a loaner to be available to accommodate all the car seats and the kids' stuff, blah, 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 which wasn't available. So we finally got it back after waiting, and they said they can't replicate the issue. I told them my driveway is a slight incline. It's exactly a 4-degree incline. I just got the level out. 4 degrees, nose up. They were never able to replicate the issue. However, they allegedly found a collapsed sunroof seal on itself, so they replaced that, in addition to doing the recall for the passenger occupant airbag, whatever that situation was. But here we are, 2 days later. We've gotten a bunch of rain, and we got water in here. I already pulled down this pillar. This is filled with water. I'll pull it open again. Filled with water. The headliner is soaked, mostly right here, but it expands to about a 4-inch radius beyond this pillar trim. The door seal itself is fine, dry, making a seal. I don't know at this point, with the location of where this water is coming in, what the problem is, but now there's going to be a headliner issue on this. And this is now 3 failed attempts at fixing this, and I am really over all of this. There's a ton of water coming in, as you look at this. As you can see. The date is now April 12th, 2024. And we purchased this October of 2022. It's been a problem from day one. We bought it certified pre-owned from our local dealership. It's been a problem from day one, and it's still outstanding. It's a constant nuisance, because every time it's got to go back, it's a wait for a loaner. It's shifting car seats, and I just want to preface this with saying that I've owned Volkswagens for 20 years. I was a bit of an enthusiast going back to Mark 1s, Mark 2s, Mark 3s. My father had Volkswagens my entire life prior to that. I learned how to drive on a Volkswagen. I learned how to drive stick on a Volkswagen. And I never thought that I'd be saying this, but I think this will probably be the last one that I ever own that's newer than the early 2000s, because this is just, and don't get me wrong, like if it didn't have these issues, we would love this car. It's a perfect size. It works very well for what we need, but the issues are just, because there's been many issues outside of the sunroof. The sunroof is just the constant nuisance, but yeah, it's really a shame.